What's going on, guys? Cappy the Villain here today, and today I'm going to be showing you guys some of what I do for mixing vocals and stuff like that. Vocal engineering, a little bit of audio engineering, stuff like that, mixing and everything. So I'm just gonna be running you through that. So I got a couple tracks here that my boy Stevie J, shout out Stevie J, he put down on a couple beats that I produced. So I produced the beats. He got him, did his thing with him, and then he sent me back his vocal stems and everything, and I'm gonna be mixing that down for you guys today and showing you kind of my process with that, going a little bit in depth with that whole thing. So I'm pretty excited about that. Hold up, let me turn my phone notifications off because they're just going off right now. But anyways, I'm gonna be showing you guys that today, walking through that. And I know a lot of people have been pretty curious about what I do for that and my whole process with mixing vocals and just mixing and stuff like that. So I'm hoping to kind of get into that a little bit, show you guys some stuff, and answer some of those questions here today. That's basically what I'm going into this doing, what the whole point of this video is. So I'm just gonna go and get right to it. So here we got FL Studio loaded up. This is that beat that I sent him, and this is like the stem he sent me. So the way that he did it, like he ended up actually getting this beat from my web store or my beat store. You can find the link to that on my channel in the about section, and I'll also post a link in the description of this video here as well. So get this all loaded up here. He sent just the beat back to me, and these are his vocals right here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna track the beat and actually label this, like, take it off that, and then I'm just gonna call this beat. So yeah, really easy way to tell between the two, and basically make this look a little kind of dope. There we go, everything's like nice and bright and colorful now. So what I'm gonna do, track the beat, track 1, track this to track 5 on the mixer. And then I'm gonna go here and I'll just make this even easier on myself. Make sure that that's all set up. So I got the beat loaded. Show you a little bit of what the beat sounds like without the vocals. Just play it a little bit. Skip ahead a little bit to, just about, yeah, this is like, man, I can't even, literally can't talk today, bro. Jeez, it's a good thing that I got this, tasty coffee here. Anyways. So one of the main things I'm actually gonna do is, first of all, I'm going to turn this beat down a little bit. Turn it down on my mixer in the video so it's not like killing you guys. I'm gonna open up this EQ for the beat. So one thing I'm gonna have to do is clear a little bit of a pocket for the vocals to sit in, and then we have the vocals tracked to this mixer slot here. So what I'm gonna do with that is I like to make custom presets for everybody that I work with, basically, which, there's kind of a combination. There's usually, I have like some go-to plugins that I use for, mixing and everything. But obviously, depending on the person, like those will vary sometimes as well, obviously, because like different people sound different. Everyone's got a different voice. They got like different tones, different, you know, everything like that. So you kind of gotta, like, the best thing to do is work the vocals based on the individual. So I'm pretty sure I have one in here for him that I worked with last time, but because I actually had Stevie featured on one of my albums, so I mixed him and made a preset for him already. But what I'm gonna do is, since then, I've been doing a lot of work with, you know, move that off the screen for a minute so you don't see all that. Some of those you guys can't see yet. So, anyways, yeah, you can literally go like pause the video or, you know, I'm just like, I'm narking on myself right now, bro. It doesn't really matter too much. Like, I'm sure you guys, I'll show you guys some of these things eventually, but right now, just, you know, we're getting there step by step. Either way, what I'm going to do is open up a custom preset that I made. So that's loading right now. All the plugins are taking their sweet time to get in there. Okay, perfect. So we got this preset loaded. This is kind of just like what I would call almost the framework of what I've been, it's like a good baseline to, you know, put everyone's vocals through this and make like the other kind of small alterations, you know, for the, like I said, everyone's voice is different, so I'm going to be mixing them on kind of an individual basis. So I'm taking these plugins. This is like a really solid setup and framework for just mixing vocals generally, especially in the types of music that I work with on a daily basis. Pretty consistent stuff. It's like hip hop and R&B, right? So, and it's usually the more melodic stuff where there's like singing and everything involved. So it makes sense to have like all these plugins kind of organized and set up already. So this is the basic chain that I use just for mixing. For the recording, I do things a little bit different, but essentially we got the Auto-Tune Pro from Antares. This happened last time. Another phone call. I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back after that. I just keep getting phone calls whenever I try to do these videos, but either way, yeah, I'm gonna get into explaining this vocal chain and everything really quick, and I'll show you kind of the rest of the mixing stuff, and we'll go from there. So, we got the Auto-Tune Pro plugin here. We got this fruity parametric EQ. So basically what I do with this is some vocal EQing. So I'll take like the low end of the vocal frequencies and just drop those off, kind of have a nice roll off here in the low end. The mids, don't really touch those too much. What I do is I boost this, I drop out these like the really, really high frequencies just because those get really harsh. If I bump that up here, like I want to kind of cut out those high kind of harsh and like the S's and all that. Those sounds, they just don't sound nice, you know, it's gross. So I try to cut those out with this. So I basically just drop this down and move it over a little bit to take it out of the, you know, anything above, you know, 10,000 hertz. Drop it down, move it over, and I boost this one up, you know, take it up there, and I tighten the envelope to about 20%. That actually makes a big difference just with what the voice is working, kind of what frequencies in the voice are being manipulated. Really, really changes how the voice sounds in the recording and the final record overall. So, and another really important thing is having everything in your chain. Like the most important plugins, you want to load those first. Is basically the rule, how it goes for like loading everything up here. So then I have this fruity compressor. I'm probably going to switch this around a little bit as we go and explain this a little bit more, but that's the next one up. After that, I have the de-esser. And then the sound goodizer. Basically, the de-esser I'm just going to leave alone. A couple of these I'll come back to later. But for the sound goodizer on vocals, what I end up doing is I just hit the A preset and crank it up to about here, just to give it some more saturation and fullness. Add some dynamics to the vocals so they don't sound flat and boring. Makes a huge difference, honestly. I have this multi-band compressor after that. And typically what I do with this, again, depending on the voice and the vocal, I'll take this in the high band, I'll take the gain and I'll turn it up to 10 decibels. The mids, I'll either leave it at 0 or drop it down by 2 decibels. And for the low end, I'll usually drop it down anywhere between 1 to 5 decibels in the low end. And then after that, we have this fruity reverb. What I do for this is I go to presets, I hit default, I'll turn the wet knob to 90%, and then the sub bus, I just kind of play around with it from there as to how much I want to apply. For delay, I use the fruity delay too. Time obviously depends on the track you're working with and how you want your delay to sound. My cutoff frequency is basically always around 10%. And that's basically the essentials with the delay. That's the bulk of the voice mixing for most of it. I'll get into more of the other technical stuff here now in this next part. Okay, so we got the vocals loaded up here now. I'm going to play them with the beat. And you see how like this waveform is so small. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on these vocals, go to pre-computed effects, and I'm going to boost this I'm going to start with 10%. You see the waveform change there now. It just gives me more volume, kind of, I guess, like boosts or enhances the vocals that I have so that I can actually, like, you know, hear them for one, but manipulate them better. And I'm also just going to go ahead and drop this beat down by like 5 decibels right off the bat. And I'll put it here for now. I'm also going to use this, like, despite the fact that I made the beat, I can't remember. It was a minute ago, so I don't remember like what key it's in. So we got to check that. Just use auto key for this. Give it a minute to kind of do its thing, and you'll see this changing. Okay, so now, after a while waiting, we get C minor, so I'm going to click send to auto tune. And then if I leave this on, it's actually going to mess up how the track plays and everything renders and all that. So I'm just going to delete that right away. And if I go here, click on this auto tune, as long as I can get it to open. There we go. Sometimes it's a little iffy. But you see here, yeah, it's C minor. So there we go. We got that set now. Another thing that's important, I'll get more into this as I'm editing it, but one thing I got to do before I do anything else is figure out how to kind of get the vocals sitting right in the beat. So with him, he was recording this on a condenser microphone with no noise gate, so that's why you have these little background frequencies. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go to the Fruity Limiter and go to presets, go to noise gate, and then try and filter some of those background sounds out. There's a way to do that in Edison as well, but I'm going to try this.
Yeah. Baby, tell me, do you miss me? 'Cause I know you be in your feelings. Baby, I got like you switching up.
I'm gonna turn that delay off because it's messing me up. I'll worry about the gating later. What I'm gonna do is, yeah, I'm just gonna play this. Open up this EQ for the beat. I'm gonna make kind of a needle here, and I'm just gonna drag this around until I can hear which frequencies are really harsh with the vocal, and then I'll drop those out because I want to see where the interference is, so that I can clear room for the vocal in the beat.
Baby, you know I fly like a dove, pulling out what's up. You know my whole life I ain't really been in a rush. Do this for my day ones, you know we do this off trust. Why you talking about NG? You ain't none of us, you ain't one of us. Half of then I know what's up. Baby, seeing you, you seeing me now, now what's up. Baby, you know I really just need some love. Baby, why you tripping, why you tripping now? Baby, you know I ain't slowing on. You know that I'm blowing on this wrong. You know I'm just trying to love you long. Baby, I'm a
See, and you see right here, when the frequencies are enhanced here on the beat, you can't really hear what he's saying, or you can't hear the vocals clearly. So I'm gonna drop that down, and you can automatically just hear the voice so much more. But I lost a lot of body in the beat by doing that. Turn this up a little bit.
Baby, do you got it? Baby, do you? Baby, do you got it? Got a badass. Baby, tell me what you gon' do for that.
So I don't want to have this envelope open too much because I don't want to take too much out of the beat. I just want to have enough room for his voice to sit in there nicely. So one thing this vocal could definitely use is, I'm going to drop this down a little bit. One thing it could definitely use is a little bit more reverb.
Pulling in the front when I go, what's up? Me and Max, we go hop up in a Benz. I just gotta do it for my friends. Energy all to the end. Ain't no bending acting like free 10. Shout out Capri, he just made a hit. Going on, you know we working on it.
Shout out to the boy.
I gotta do it, think about the answer. I'm across the man, I feel cancer.
So this is just me adjusting the threshold on the noise gate so I can try and get some of those gross frequencies out.
Yeah. Baby, tell me, do you miss me? Cause I know you be in your feelings. Baby, I get like you switching up. Baby, I don't really care for. Baby, why don't you show me love? You got me pulling up.
So I might have to do some of that in like Edison or something after, but I'm just gonna move on to basically, I'm actually gonna change the threshold on this to like about minus 35. Around there, I want the compressor to come on fast. I'm gonna keep that attack time low. And I want his vocals to stay pretty smooth, so I'm going to leave the release time at like, 600 milliseconds. I personally like using that. It just, like, to me, it makes the vocals sound really smooth. So I'm actually going to take this ratio up to 6.6 to 1. And then I might have to either boost the vocals again. I don't want to boost the gain on the compression too much. I'll do plus 11 decibels there, and then I'll take the vocals, pre-computed effects again, boost that by, I'll hear 20. I'll see what that sounds like.
Baby,
And then for this, this is the de-esser from Waves. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna go to just generic DS under presets. Now I'm gonna go to auto-tune. He has kind of a similar range to me, what I'm singing, so I'm gonna leave it in the alto/tenor, input type. Make sure that low latency is on. For the throat length, I'm gonna change that to like, I'm gonna change that to 94. It kind of brings his voice up a little, makes it nice and airy. If you do that too much, it sounds really chipmunky and really just like weird. So I might actually change that to like 95. I'm gonna change the tracking to 50, retune speed to 4, and humanize to 4. I'm gonna change or boost the gain a little bit actually. I just want to give the beat a little bit more body. Obviously, like I said before, I cut some of the frequencies, so that's what I'm doing with these bands here. Keeping them pretty broad to kind of just elevate everything around his vocal and then keep this pocket open. I'm going to expand that a little bit. Shift it a bit up here. I could go back to his vocal and then change that to 94. Drop the mid band by like, yeah, we'll do 2. -5 on the low end. And the last thing we got to do is go back to the beginning where he has more space in between his vocals. And I'm actually going to go here, turn the flex tune up to 5 just so that the auto-tune's not so set on his voice and he has more room to like, you know, wave it around and everything. For this fruity delay, that's what I'm going to set now. I'm just going to make sure the delay timing is right. So I'm going to mute the beat, go here, actually here, and play the vocal and see how much delay we need. So it's coming on too fast. I'm going to change the time on that. So I'll go from 8 to 10. So that sounds like perfect. See, so he's like, miss me, and then miss me at the end there. And yeah, that's kind of how I want the delay to sound. I'm actually going to turn the volume, or turn the sub bus knob up to, before it was at 43%. I'm going to turn it up to 60 so you can hear it more. And I'll just, like, that's basically the bulk of the mixing, minus, like, cutting out those other frequencies and stuff like that. That's, like, pretty much it. I'll show you a couple of quick things, like, man, if I just didn't, like, without any of the effects, I'll show you what it sounds like.
do you miss me? 'Cause I know you be in your feelings.
So Stevie got a nice voice, like it's not like the auto-tune's coming to his rescue to try and save him here or anything like that. Like, he does have a nice voice. Again, without the mix. So, and then I'm just gonna put all the effects back on his voice, and you can hear what it sounds like after. And yeah, that's basically it, guys. So that's gonna be it for this video for now. If you want me to go through anything more so in depth, like really break it down, I can do that. If you have any questions about any of these plugins, let me know as well. That's just me showing you generally a little bit of my process when it comes to mixing vocals, the plugins I use, and then how I set them. If you, like I said, want more in-depth stuff, feel free to ask me about it and we can go through that again. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Really, again, appreciate you watching. Go check out the Beat Store. Go check out Stevie J's music. I'm gonna leave a link to his SoundCloud in the description of this video. He's one of my really good friends, and I would really appreciate that. I know he would too. But again, thank you guys for watching the video and for being here today. Yeah, leave some comments below also with the next videos too, because I do get some suggestions, but it's always nice to have more input on this stuff. Let me know what you thought of it, what I could do better, what you want to see more of. But other than that, that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching this video and have a blessed day.